A long time ago when I was in Italy, this is how they made their spaghetti alla Norma. Instead of adding your eggplant into the red sauce, what they did is crisped up this gorgeous eggplant in some rice flour. So you've got two textures with the spaghetti. It was absolutely delicious. So I'm going to show you my version of this, and because I am using rice flour, I want to keep with that theme and make this gluten-free. So I've got some lovely brown rice pasta. So first up, we need to prepare our eggplant, and I do want to place this in a little salt for about 10 to 15 minutes, just so some of the moisture comes out of it. I want it to be slightly sticky so it sticks to our rice flour. So I'm going to cut this into really thin pieces, okay, just into rounds. And you can see I don't have one of those really big eggplants. This is a medium-sized eggplant. You can also do this with the little Japanese eggplants if you can get your hands on these. The thinner this is, the faster it's going to take to release some of the moisture. The salt's also going to season our eggplant. So that should do me for a portion. Great. And I'm just going to place this into a bowl, and ideally so they're not overlapping too much. Grab some salt and we'll just let them sweat there for a moment, okay? Now while that's sitting there for about 10 to 15 minutes, we can get onto the sauce, because we can make the sauce and it can just sit there until all the other ingredients are ready. So on a medium heat, we'll add a good glug of extra virgin olive oil just to roughly coat the base of the pan. And I'll add one small chilli. Now, these little chilies have got some heat to them, and I do want some spice in this very classic Italian style pasta. So the whole lot, seeds and all. If you want it milder, I'd highly recommend the long red chilies. Okay, in with the chili first, straight into the oil, and then some garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. And I'm not going to finely chop it. I just want nice thin slices. Okay, that can also go into our oil. You just want that to sizzle away, and we don't want it to burn. As usual, when you're cooking your garlic, you want control on it. So you don't want it to get too golden brown. We just want it to start softening before we add our tomatoes. Now, 2 anchovies, use some nice, large, fat anchovies. Look at them. And these aren't going to be really fishy, but more savoury and salty in this dish. And because of that hot oil, they'll just melt away and give us another dimension to this dish. So very important to add them. Okay, sprinkle them in. And for the tomatoes, now I'm using whole peeled tomatoes, but I do want them to be quite fine. So this is just another little tip I learnt when I was in Italy. Place it into a bowl, and with your hands, you want to crush the tomatoes. This gives you the most perfect consistency for your sauce. So clean hands, and then just break the tomatoes up. Okay, into the oil. And it'll start to sizzle away. Just want to coat everything in that. And I'll add a pinch of salt and some pepper. And it's at this stage that I add some beautiful fresh basil. Look at those gorgeous, robust leaves, full of flavour. I'm just going to add a few of those leaves now. All right, these eggplant, you can see that some of the water is being released from them. That's what we're after, because that's going to help the rice flour stick. So I'm just going to just gather them and give them a bit of a shake, because I don't want that excess salt, because they'll be a bit too salty. So shake them off. See all that salt down the bottom there? It's done its job. So I'll just scoop that out and we can remove that from the plate. And now we can add our rice flour, just the classic rice flour that you can get from all your supermarkets. And we're just going to coat them in the rice flour. See how it just coats? So this is going to become so crispy as we fry them. So before I finish all these off, let's get some oil into a pan. We're shallow frying, so you want to add a good amount of oil so it just coats the bottom of the pan. Oh, I'd say about that much. And that oil is really hot, and the best way to test is just to grab your piece of eggplant, gently lower it in. If you see the bubbles around it, it is ready. So I'm going to make a few more of these, and I'll turn them when they start to go golden brown, and we can get on to our pasta. Pasta we want to cook in some rapidly boiling water that's been seasoned with salt, and we want it al dente, so to the bite. Okay, the brown rice pasta is ready, so we're just going to take it out and straight into the sauce. You can see that some of the water is going into our sauce, and I really want that because this is going to help emulsify the sauce, if you like. So a few little splashes, and you want to toss that. And just on a medium to low heat, you want to just allow that pasta to finish cooking in that pan. Because it is al dente, you got those few minutes just to allow that pasta to mingle with the red sauce and pretty much soak up all of those flavours. And we'll just place a generous spoonful into a bowl to finish off our crispy eggplant chips. Just placed on top of this, served with some extra pecorino over the top. What a delight. It's still very simple. It still really shows off that it's spaghetti alla Norma, but that twist makes it extra special, I find.